SGT Discovery Kids, and welcome back to GNN, where every week we keep you informed on what God is teaching us in His Word. I'm Miss Jessica.
And I'm Mr. Hattie. Today we're studying the story of Moses and have learned how God called him to go back and save his people from Egypt. After God delivered his people from Egypt, they had to cross the desert to get to the land God had chosen for them, but Pharaoh hardened his heart again and sent an army to the desert to get God's people.
When the people heard that Pharaoh was coming for them, they were frightened and started to complain to Moses. They realized that they were trapped in the desert between Pharaoh's army and the Red Sea. There was no way out. Some of the people began to say to Moses that they should return to Egypt to be slaves, but Moses knew that God had a special plan for his people and wanted them to be free. The people just had to wait on God, and he would show them a way.
Moses spoke to God and asked him for deliverance. God told Moses to raise the staff that Moses had in his hand, and when he raised the staff, God parted the sea in front of the people and told them to cross to the other side. Moses and the people crossed through the Red Sea with a wall of water on either side of them and their feet on dry ground. All of the people made it safely to the other side.
When Pharaoh and his army tried to follow the people and attack them, God closed the sea again to make sure that the army could not attack the people. God showed that he could do anything. Not even the sea could hold back God fulfilling his promise to his people. We're going to learn about this more now in the verse of the week with Mr. Hattie.
Thanks, Miss Jessica. This week's verse is found in Exodus chapter 14, verse 16. God said to Moses, "Lift up your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it, that the people of Israel may go through the sea on dry ground." God had already used Moses to deliver the Egyptians from Pharaoh. Now he was using Moses again to deliver the people from the Egyptian army. God used his power to part the Red Sea and make sure his people were safe. Nothing is too difficult for our God. Well, that's all for the verse of the week. And now on to our Animal of the Week segment with Miss Jessica.
Thanks, Mr. Hattie. This week's animal can be found on beaches all around the world. They can be found scurrying sideways up and down the beach, following the waves from the sea. Do you know what it is? If you said crab, then you're right. Crabs are crustaceans that live near the water. Crabs can be identified by the two pincers they have to protect themselves. Most crabs walk sideways when they move. Some crabs can live to be 100 years old. Crabs follow the tides of the world's oceans. When the tides come up, they move up to the beach, and when the tides go out, they move further down the beach. God didn't have to wait for a tide in order for his people to move through the water. He has the power to split the sea in half and control the waters. God showed his awesome power on behalf of his people. God continues to work on our behalf today and does things to deliver us and provide for us all the time. Take some time as a family to thank God for his goodness and all the ways he still delivers us and provides for us today. That's all for the Animal of the Week, and now back to our newsroom.
Well, that wraps up things for us here on the Gospel News Network. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again right here next week. God bless you, and remember, be blessed
And be a blessing.